Hello friends, my name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of the new book, Enlightened Medicine, Your Power to Get Well Now, an integrative approach to healing the 7 deadly lifestyle diseases. And welcome to my video forum. Today we're going to talk about the principle or law of detachment. Now this principle of detachment is found in a lot of different philosophies. It's found in yoga philosophy, in meditation circles, and it's also found in recovery circles. When I was first introduced to the principle of detachment, I was reading a book called A Course in Miracles, and some of you might be familiar with it. It was recommended by a lot of speakers and teachers that I really respect, and so I started reading it, and then I came upon this term, detachment. And I really didn't like that term, and that's when I stopped reading the book. Because for me, what I believed detachment was not caring or apathy. And in fact, detachment is the last thing from apathy or not caring when you come to this philosophy. So let me just read to you a little bit on detachment from the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Now, this book is by Dr. Deepak Chopra. He is one of my favorite teachers. He's one of the first teachers that I had that really inspired me toward this lifestyle. And this is on the law of detachment. And it says, in detachment lies the wisdom of uncertainty. In the wisdom of uncertainty lies the freedom from our past to the known, which is the prison of past conditioning. And in our willingness to step into the unknown, the field of all possibilities, we surrender ourselves to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. That is the law of detachment. So whether you are in recovery or you have a loved one who is in recovery, or you've been attending meetings, or just you're on a yoga path or a meditation path, you have come across this word detachment or detach with love. And it was super difficult, as I mentioned, for me to understand this at first, because for me, I thought, well, detachment is the opposite of love. Detachment really means like you don't really care about the person, so you're not attached to them, or you don't really care about a cause or a situation, so you're detached from that cause or from that situation. Now, what this principle of detachment means in philosophical circles or meditation circles or recovery circles, what it means is that you still have your intention, you still have love, you still have passion for whatever it is or whomever it is. However, you are detached from the outcome of your intentions, or you are detached from the outcome in that situation, or you are detached from the outcome in this love relationship in which you don't have control over the person who is suffering from addiction or suffering from overwork or whatever it is. You are detaching yourself from trying to control each and every aspect of your life. And really, that is what this principle of detachment is all about. One of my favorite speakers, Dr. Wayne Dyer, used to say, when you're out to achieve a goal, oftentimes we look at achieving that goal like a pit bull on a tire. You know, just like grabbing the tire and you get so attached to plowing your way through to that goal, plowing your way through to your commitment, that you forget to relax and you forget to let go and allow God to handle the details or allow the universe to handle the details. Because between point A and point B, there are infinite possibilities. There are a lot of things that could happen, and maybe the things that could happen to get you to point B are much better and easier than anything that you could have ever imagined. But when you're really stuck on the path that you design, the path that you work really hard toward, what you're doing is you're actually letting go of all the other possibilities that could be out there for you to help to get you to that goal. And when you detach from the outcome, when you say, well, God, higher power, Holy Spirit, whatever it is, higher self, when you say, I really need to get to point B, it could be in a relationship or in work or any other goal that you might have for yourself. I really need to get to point B, but I'm trusting you to help me get to that point B. However, I'm going to take steps toward the attainment of my goals, needs, wants, desires, I'm going to take some steps, some action steps. However, I'm going to allow you to guide me each and every step of the way and be open to other possibilities. You see, when we're attached to our past, when we're attached to what we know, we're attached to certainty, but not in a good way. Because oftentimes we're just attached to the routine, or we're attached to something that we are familiar with, and therefore what we're familiar with is a lot more comfortable than uncertainty, what we're not familiar with. So we're really frightened to go into that path of, oh my gosh, I don't know this. This is the unknown. This is the great unknown, and I don't like it. So I would rather stay attached to the known than delve into the unknown. But your freedom really is into delving into the unknown, because the unknown is the field of all possibilities. It's the field of making something happen as the creative mind of the universe orchestrates things together to make things happen for you, rather than you having to be like that pit bull on the tire trying to get things done and not necessarily seeing not only the bigger picture, but not necessarily seeing other opportunities and options and ways in which you can attain your goals faster. And that is really what detachment is about. It's about having the intention, having the desire, but detaching from knowing exactly how you're going to get from point A to point B. Now, here's the thing. Not many people do this. Not many people can surrender and detach that much to allow things to unfold naturally and happen without their direct intervention. And if we're talking in recovery circles, people have a lot of control issues in recovery circles. That's not to say that other people don't have control issues. It's just that in the disease of alcoholism and addiction, and other addictions perhaps, it could be addiction to sex, gambling, addiction to your phone, internet, checking emails, TV, video games, whatever it is, there's this need to control. There's this need to compete and to have this specific outcome at a specific time, when nature really doesn't work like that. When the universe orchestrates beautifully and it doesn't really work in a very well organized pattern. It's sort of this chaos theory where things don't seem to make sense, but somehow they tend to work out anyway. And when you allow yourself that, when you allow yourself to be open to those possibilities, you can achieve greater things than when you stick with the known, when you stick with what you know. And when we're dealing with people in recovery, for example, it's the exact same thing. Loving them with detachment means that you're getting your ego out of it, that you're not trying to orchestrate all the details of their lives, and you are letting God in to help orchestrate the details of that person's life without your intervention, without your directiveness, meaning that you're not the director. God is the director. Your higher power is the director. The universe is the director, not you. And it's really, again, it's difficult to let go of that. It's difficult to let go of control. It's difficult to delve into the unknown. If you ask most people don't want to let go of control. Most people don't want to delve into the unknown. It's really scary to delve into the unknown. Let me give you an example that I've been dealing with in my life very recently. So as some of you know who have been watching my videos, I'm moving to California in July, and I'm going on blind faith for the most part. There is a lot of planning that is involved in this. There's money saving that's involved in this. But for the most part, I'd say about 70 to 80% of what I am doing here in the month of July is based on faith. It's based on the uncertain. It's based on the unknown, and letting God handle the details of my journey there and my journey into starting a life in Southern California. And it's super scary. It really, really is. But I had to take that leap. I had to take the leap of faith because it's something that I really want, and it's something I've desired for a really long time. It's been, when I was 15, I said I would move to California. So you guys do the math. Some of you know how old I am. It's really scary to delve into the unknown, but I made the decision to do it. So I made the decision to trust God, trust that when I set the goal, when I set the intention for the move to California, that it will all work out beautifully. And it'll work out much better than I could have ever imagined if I had planned it from point A to point B and planning out each and every step of the way and trying to maintain control of the situation. I know for certain that my life will be 1,000,000 times better since I'm letting God handle the details of that. Now, this makes people extremely uncomfortable. The people around me, super uncomfortable, because the people around you want certainty. They want to know every exact detail of what you are planning and what is going on and where are you going to live and how are you going to get the money and how much money are you saving and where exactly and when are you looking for a house and what kind of job and how are you going to get clients and all of these details that I decided to leave up to God. The people around me are very attached to these details. They're very attached to certainty for me when I've made the decision to put my trust in God. Now, the problem with that is that when you make the decision to detach from the outcome, when you make the decision to trust in your higher power, and those other people get really nervous because they're used to certainty, it can make you feel uncertain. It can make you doubt your faith in your higher power, your faith in God, and it can make you backpedal. Now, in my case, I am not backpedaling. This has been a decision that's been long in the making. And I've made this decision to trust in God, to trust in my higher power, and I know it will work out. I have no doubts in my mind at all that it will work out. It absolutely will work out. I don't know how it will work out at this point in the game. I'm 5 months out of my move. There are a lot of pieces that I don't know how I'm going to get there or how they're all going to come together. I really don't know, but I'm putting my faith and trust in God that He knows. He knows how all of these details will come together in order to have a beautiful move, a beautiful home in Southern California, and a beautiful career that's going to flourish out of this move to California. So I'm really not worried about that. I'm not worried about the details. I know God takes care of me. God's got my back. And I'm really happy that I can put my faith and trust in my higher power. But for the other people in my life, it's not so easy. It's not so easy to just kind of like not convince them while trying to convince them, if that makes any sense. So it's me trying to detach from their anxiety as well and try to detach from their uncertainty or fear of uncertainty, I should say. So that's the trickier part. So when you are trying to manifest your destiny, when you're trying to make sure that you're getting to your intentions and desires, those that you've set out for yourself, and then detaching with love and detaching and allowing God to handle the details, a lot of times it's a good idea just to keep quiet, not say too much. You can give people little clues as to what you would like to manifest or what you would like to do with your life, but it's better to just keep it on the hush-hush, keep it on the down low, because as soon as you start speaking your intentions and desires, if they seem really far-fetched and outrageously big, then people start infusing doubt into that. And when they infuse doubt because of their need for certainty, then it can make you doubt yourself. So really, the best course of action in that case is just to keep it quiet. Just say, I have this desire, I have this intention, and I know it'll work out. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but things are starting to come together. And that's all you really need to say. You don't need to give huge details on how things are going to pan out for you. And when it comes to loving relationships in detachment, it's really allowing them to develop on their own path by themselves without you interfering on their path. You can love them, you can give them compassion, acceptance, you can show them mercy and forgiveness, but it's not about you trying to control their path and exactly how they need to pan out their path and how they need to go about their path. Believe me, I've been there and I've done that. I've done that with my alcoholic loved one. I really tried to help him by outlining his path for him and making it easier for him to get into recovery and to get onto his righteous path. And it just didn't work. It totally backfired, even though my best intentions were at heart. And I'm sure if you have people that you care for. It doesn't have to be an alcoholic or an addict. It could just be a child that you really love and you want them to get on the right path, or the right path for school or college or whatever it may be. But what I've really experienced and noticed is that the more that you push people to get on a path that you want them to get on, and it's not their path, or it's not their path at this time, it could be their path, but just not at this specific time, that inevitably it always backfires. It always, 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 always backfires. So when you're attached to that certainty that I know this is the right thing for you, it backfires on you, and then you're left feeling sad and frustrated and angry and all these negative emotions. But if you detach with love and you say, I'm on my path, I know where I'm going, I'm going to focus on my path right now. You have your own path. You need to figure it out. When you detach with that kind of love without judgment, you'll notice that things seem to happen a lot quicker. So I hope you get a bigger idea, a more clear idea of this principle of detachment and how it can work for you in your life. And if you have questions, comments, please leave them below. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video with friends, family, and your dog. Please support me on Patreon. I don't get paid for these videos. I love doing these videos for you guys, but it takes time, money, effort to create these videos. www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I will see you in the next video.